Guys, we got a pretty good sized box here. You may not know what's in this. I've already opened it up and I'm getting ready to show you guys what's in here. You probably already know by the title of the video. So we'll go ahead and open it up and show you what we got. There's nothing in here. Just a bunch of packing paper and peanuts. Think somebody got us, guys. Think somebody got us. As a matter of fact, yep. I got you guys as well. Roll that intro. So what was actually in the box, other than packing peanuts and wrapping paper, is our new P Racing, the logo right here, P Racing all-wheel drive / front wheel drive top mount manifold. And it is a T4 with V-band 60mm. So we'll get our wastegate to fit onto this guy. And this is a very nice quality manifold. This is what we've been waiting on for many months. I think I actually ordered this before Christmas and we finally got it in. So everything's all nicely ported and everything. Very beautiful piece. And I can't wait to get this thing installed. So we're actually, it's gonna be, figured it would have been a simple install and I was just going to do a unboxing video, but come to find out this is going to actually end up being a whole video because subframe, I've done very in-depth measurements, and I actually kept in touch with Tyler Barker with P Racing, if you do know him, on Instagram. Or even on Facebook, you see him posting on all these K20 pages, or K20.org, and other K-Series pages as well, because he helps promote and sell their products that they have on their website and everything on the pages. So I kept in touch with him, very in-depth measurements, and we thought it was going to be very close and it would fit perfect, as this is the first EF chassis to run this manifold because it's for the EKE EG body style. But right here on this bottom runner right here, so it'd be cylinder 4, it barely touches the subframe. So I'm gonna have to notch out the subframe a little bit to make this guy fit, but it's not off too bad. So should be a pretty easy task. So we'll go ahead and get started on this and get this bad boy installed. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do to check the fitment and the area that's needed to be trimmed down on the subframe. Like I said, it ain't much, but to give me an idea of exactly where it's going to be, I'm going to take this assembly grease. Just kind of put a little dab on the ends that are sticking out a lot further, that I feel like will be where it's touching. And we'll go from there. Like I said, it's not touching too bad, but it is enough to where it won't clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I don't know why I wipe my finger off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get this spread around. That way, if it makes any contact whatsoever, we'll see it on the subframe.
Baby walk dada. Tay dada.
Alright, so you're seeing where I put it in the place where I thought it was hitting, which wasn't even touching. Right in here, that actually tucked up underneath. It was actually rubbing slightly above it. So it was right in there. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff cleaned off. And then it was actually touching right here. Because as you've seen below that grease got wiped off onto that bolt, and it was actually rubbing right here. If you can see that right there. So we're going to take that, we're going to take our flat disc, put it on our grinder, and we're going to kind of grind down that area, and we're going to smooth it down a little bit at a time until we get a good fit where there's no contact, and then we'll leave it there.
Mama say no to take baby online behind day no more.
Huh?
Mama say no to take online baby behind day no more.
I have no clue what you just said, but it sounded cool. Alright, so here's a little update. So I actually ended up notching this out quite a bit. a lot more than what I thought I was gonna need to. So actually what I done is I cut straight down, straight over here, and I bent it in to give myself some clearance. I did sacrifice a bolt hole right here, but to reinforce where the bolt was for this bracket, for the T-bracket, or this back mount, which is technically the T-bracket, I actually re-welded after I boxed all this in. I re-welded all the way across to give it more support. So technically, right in that area where it's welded, that mount isn't going to move unless if I break the welds, which I don't plan on having anything else in this car other than a K-Series. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But it does clear now. I'm actually able to put all of my exhaust studs back in and still be able to put the manifold on. At first, before I done all of this, I had to take all the studs out except for the one closer to the VTEC sensor. It was actually this bottom one down here. I left that one in and I was still able to get everything slid on, but I had to take all of these other 4 out in order to get the manifold on. Now I got all 5 of them in, and the manifold slides on and off like it should, and didn't really substitute anything other than that mount, that plate being there and being welded up. But everything's reinforced, it's all safe. Probably a little bit of ghetto backyard stuff, but we've all done some sketchy stuff with our cars. If you haven't, then did you really build it? So I just got back from local AutoZone, and when I sold my old turbo manifold, I got rid of the studs with it, just out of a friendly thing. I was like, I still gotta get a manifold myself. So I went ahead and let him have the studs. Well, my manifold didn't come with studs. I didn't think it would, but I had to go source some, and they're actually back here on the back. So I went ahead and got them picked up. There's a pack of 2, so I had to go to one AutoZone and then went across town, went to the other AutoZone, got those picked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those installed, and we'll finish wrapping up the manifold, get it put on, clock the turbo on the exhaust side and on the code side, get everything clocked the way it should be. That way I have my feed up and my return down and my inlet coming towards the vehicle like it should be. I'll show you. Just bear with me. All right, guys, so went ahead, got the manifold on, and honestly, it looks pretty killer, especially to not even supposed to be on this chassis at all. It's only supposed to be from 92 to 2000 Civic. So, looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little teaser of what it's going to look like with the turbo on. I've already got it clocked and everything how it should be, so I'm gonna give you that right now, just like that. That's how she's gonna look. Honestly, I dig it. It looks pretty good. Do you like it?
Baby, smell it.
The smell?
Yeah. Baby, smell pink. Dada talk.
Yeah, that's because Dad touched up a couple spots.
I smell pink. Yeah, I smell pink.
Yeah, watch your fingers. Daddy painted right there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Just like that. Have the exhaust side coming out right here. The wastegate. It'll all tie in pretty good. I like the placement of everything. Just gotta get the correct hardware, because apparently that M10 by 1.25, 1.25, does not fit at all. I can get the threads to start, like probably 2 or 3 threads, and it won't go all the way through the flange on the manifold. And I didn't want a chance ruining the manifold or have to retap or whatever. So I went ahead and just pulled them out. So I'm going to get in contact with Tyler with P Racing and see if anybody can't give me any input on what the thread size is with the flange that they order or make or whatever. Because I know a lot of companies, they'll just buy the flange and they'll just weld the flange on. So if that's the case, they may know what that thread pitch will be, so I can get the correct studs and the locking nuts. That way I can get this turbo mounted. But it's clocked, everything's mocked up as far as turbo. Manifold fits great, it comes on and off just like it should. So it looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited. So we got a perfect running shot straight from here down to the intercooler, and then from the intercooler back up to the throttle body. I was going to try to do away with the intercooler sitting out here so far, but I tried like a couple ways of going about fixing that, and it's going to be tough. I've seen maybe 2 cars with a dual backdoor intercooler, and they had actually took this part and laid it down, so you had your inlet and outlet pointing up. And I was going to attempt that, but I mean it's going to stick out even further because of the height of the intercooler. So that would make it the length on how far it would stick out compared to how it is now, because the traction bar would be in the way. I got my mid plate that I made in the way, and the clearance for here to the alternator, that's the main reason why I'm trying to get some ideas on how to change that up. Honestly, I may just leave it sitting how it is. Yeah, it does kind of stick out far, but I mean it doesn't stick out too far. I've had a couple people kind of point it out, and that's how it is. I mean, it's an EF chassis with the center feed, and honestly the whole alternator location with the Carceps kit, that plays a big role on why it sits back or sits out so far like it does. But we'll roll with it like that. I mean, if it works, we make power, so be it. I mean, if it sticks out, it looks like that, I can't run a bumper, then I mean, street car, man. That's how it is. It's just a little street car. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys give this video a thumbs up. Our manifold's finally here. It's on the car. We made it work. Just a little small tweaking, and it's mounted. I mean, it's there. You see it. So it's sitting there chilling. Got turbo mocked up, so I'm not too worried about the whole manifold to turbo stud situation. But I'll get it figured out. I always do. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Pretty excited. I mean, I keep looking at it. I can't help it. So I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna sit here in my cozy little chair, and I'm gonna stare at it for a couple more hours. Yeah. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace. What did I do?
I was just really upset.
Did I say peace?
I don't know how to describe it. Like, I was
And then what?
motivated. Like, the more I worked
Hit the camera?
just the more tired
So it looks like you hit your head.
it was getting harder and harder.
Guess what?
In the mornings for
I'm out.
school.
Peace.
Just